and you have option.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well today. Let's see, it is right at 9 o'clock. We have 3 9 o'clock calendars, the Orca C show cause calendar, the Orca C final plea calendar, and add-on Orca status conference calendar. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. I'll be presiding over court this morning. If you are a defendant on the line this morning, let me advise you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to counsel. We do have public defenders that are here this morning that can assist you if you qualify, and I will allow them to let you know how to get in touch with them and qualify for them in just a minute. We also have solicitors here this morning that if you would like to speak with them to find out how you can resolve the case today, then we'll give you that opportunity also. If you are not happy with what the solicitors offer you, you can enter a non-negotiated plea, or you can request either a bench or a jury trial. If you request a bench trial, I will conduct that trial in the very near future. If you can wish for a jury trial, the case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of when that jury trial will be. Good morning, Mr. Lovett and Mr. Haddad. Would either of you please explain to anyone seeking your services this morning how they can get that accomplished?
Sure. Thank you, Judge. Good morning, everybody. I am one of 2 lawyers with the Public Defender's Office. If you're unrepresented, and obviously you can always represent yourself, but if you wish to speak to one of the attorneys, myself or Mr. Lovett, if you check your chat line, just send an email to that email address requesting an application. You'll have to fill out an application and send it back this morning, see if you qualify, and if you qualify, we'll speak to you. If you don't qualify, we'll let you know, and if you do qualify, obviously we'll represent you. But anyway, that's basically what needs to be done. But do not leave, obviously, the Zoom or anything like that without the judge excusing you, but you need to remain on. If you need our services, you need to fill out an application.
Thank you, Mr. Haddad.
Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, Ms. Gathia and Ms. Riley. Are you both, is anyone else going to appear from the solicitor's office today?
No, Your Honor, it'll just be Ms. Givia and myself.
Okay. So if anyone needs to speak with the solicitors, we will allow you to do that this morning. All right, let's start with the Orca C show cause calendar. Position 1, Danny Huff. If you're present, please let me know. Danny Huff. It's my understanding that for this calendar that this is at least the second time that these cases have been on the Orca calendar. It's a criminal trespass that's going to be dead docketed. Position 2, Cedric Cade. Cedric Cade. It's also going to be dead docketed. Position 3, Karante Tenson. Karante Tenson. The case will be dead docketed. Position 4, Daniel McLaren.
Your Honor, the state was able to look up that the address given was for a homeless shelter. So the state will be moving to null pros that case.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Position 5, Karabu Void. What would the state like to do with Mr. Void's case?
Your Honor, I do show a valid address. We would ask for it to be dead docketed.
Okay. Will be dead docketed. Position 6, Brian Perry.
I also show a valid address, so we would ask for a dead docket.
Okay, be dead docket. This is Cedric Cade is also position
19.
number 7.
Yes, he's number 7 as well as position 19, two
Okay.
different incidents. However, looking at for position 7, it lists him as homeless, and the address for position 19 does not give an apartment number. So we will be moving to null pros both position 7 and position 19.
Ms. Riley, as far as position number 2 goes, I said dead docket. Do you plan on null crossing that, or would you like it to be dead docketed? Position 2.
I apologize. I didn't realize he is also position 2. So yes, that would also be a null pros, Your Honor, because that is the same address as position 19, and there's no apartment number.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Position 8, Debbie Haynes.
Your Honor, I believe there are 2 addresses on file for her. We would ask for that to be dead docketed.
Okay. Dead docket. Position 9, Vernita Harris.
Same announcement. There is a valid address. We would ask for it to be dead docketed.
Okay. Position 10, Barton Smith. That case will be dead docket also. Position 11, Rick Jones. I have down that he's residentially challenged.
Your Honor, I have that he was sent to diversion. I do not have any confirmation that he was received in diversion. So I would like to wait until I have that confirmation of whether or not they were able to reach him before moving to null pros. So I guess at this point, I don't know if you want to put the diversion cases on a different calendar or just dead docket them.
Since he's been offered diversion, why don't we reset him for June 15th to see if reset him for that time and see if he shows up then for the diversion program. Is that fine with you, Ms. Riley?
Yes, that's fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Reset for June 15th, 9 a.m. Position 12, Precious Montgomery.
Same announcement, Your Honor. I have that she was received in diversion, but I do not have any confirmation that she's completed or started diversion. So I would just like to ask for her to be reset to June 15th as well.
Okay. Reset June 15th. Position 13, Julian Munoz.
State will be moving to null pros.
Position 14, Eric Squire.
We would ask for a dead docket.
Dead docketed. Position 15, Christopher White.
State would be moving to null pros.
Position 16, Precious Montgomery.
State would be moving to null pros, but I believe that Ms. Montgomery is also position 12. But position 16 was not sent to diversion.
Okay.
And the address is for the Gateway Center, which is in essence a homeless shelter. So we would move forward with the null processing of position 16, Your Honor.
Okay. Position 17, Antonio Drakeford.
That's for that to be dead docketed.
Okay, dead docket. Position 18, Eddie Skirrett, Syrkett.
Dead docket as well, Your Honor.
Okay, dead docket. I have put that position 19, Cedric Cade was null prost.
Correct.
Position 20, Dekesha Rowe, Deknessah Rowe. Hi, Ms. Rowe, how are you today?
Your Honor, I believe she just filled out an application, Judge, for our services. So if we can hold for my announcement. Who's the prosecutor on this case, Ms. Riley or Ms. Kitty?
Yes,
okay.
That would be me.
All right, I'll if we can have a few minutes at some point, Judge, I can.
Okay, that's fine. We'll give you a chance to speak on the matter.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Rowe. We'll be back with you, ma'am. Okay. Position 21, Tasha Arnold.
We'd ask for a dead docket, Your Honor.
Dead docketed. Position 22, Philippe Jean. Ms. Lay, Philippe Jean.
Your Honor, the state is showing a valid address. We would ask for a bench warrant.
Okay. Bench warrant granted. Position 23, William Pitts.
The state would be moving to null pros. This is a shelter address.
Okay. No pros. Position 24, Tracy Lewis.
Show a valid address, we would ask for dead docket.
Dead docketed. Position 25, Simone Coleman.
Your Honor, I am showing also a valid address for Ms. Coleman. Although the incident did occur at a missions shelter, it involves a minor. So we would ask for a bench warrant at this point.
Bench warrant granted. Position 26, Morel Jackson.
The state would be moving to null pros.
Okay. And position 27, Xavier Collins.
We would ask for that to be placed on the dead docket, Your Honor.
Okay, dead docket. Moving on to the add-on Orca, the status conference calendar. The first case that I have, and it might be out of order from what you all have led to understand, Martha Mouton was added to this calendar.
Yes, Your Honor, and I believe Ms. Mouton is present.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Good morning, Ms. Mouton. Do you have a private attorney, or have you applied for a public defender today?
I did apply for a public defender, but I got denied for a public defender, but I don't have an attorney.
Okay.
He does not qualify, Your Honor, for the public defender. When she was here last week, Ms. Mouton was supposed to provide me with some documentation for a null pros, which I have not received that documentation yet. And I believe Ms. Mouton had a request of the court.
Yeah, I had a request because it happened 2 years ago, and the phone I had at the time, I still have it in my possession. The screen is just broken, and I have to get it fixed, and I get paid every 2 weeks. I get paid this week, so I can get it fixed by, like, I can have it to her by next week. Well, by next week, court date or whatever, I can have it to her. I just can't, I didn't have the money, the access to the money to give it to her to get my phone.
Okay, I understand. That's fine, Ms. Mouton. What paperwork are you seeking, Ms. Riley?
This occurred at a hotel. It was a theft of services,
Okay.
basically the night. And so she just has to pay or show proof of paying for her stay for a no price.
Okay, and I'm going to give you, I'm going to reset you for June 15th. Ms. Booten, that should give you enough time. What I would like for you to do is, before June 15th, get that paperwork to Ms. Riley so that the next time you're here, we can move the case forward, okay?
Yes, sir.
Will that work for you, ma'am?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll see you back on June 15th at 9 a.m.
I'll-
You'll get a notice, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. As these may be out of order, I'm just going to call the names without a number on them. So, Michael Davis. Michael Davis.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, is this the final plea Orca C calendar or?
This is just the add-on Orca B status conference calendar.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
It's my understanding that these cases have all been on a calendar prior. As such, Mr. Davis has been given a second opportunity to be here. He's not here. A bench warrant would be issued. Seth Jones, it's my understanding that Mr. Jones has been here before and requested a jury trial the last time he was here.
That is correct, Judge. I actually happened to be there on the 9th of March. He was present. I think he was physically present as
Okay.
opposed to, I would just ask to, just keep it the way it is. I'm not sure if he's on. We tried to reach him. We've not been able to, Judge, but I would respectfully request not to issue a bench warrant since he had appeared and requested a jury trial, Judge.
Right. No, I'm not going to issue a bench warrant, Mr. Dodd. I'm just going to go ahead and transfer this to the division judge since he's already been here. He's already requested a jury trial, and I'm not sure why he's back on this calendar. So
Thank you, Your Honor.
We will send it to the division judge.
Judge Morrow, this is Attorney Clifford Hardwick, and I was unmuted. I was muted before. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
I have been retained to represent Mike Davis, which was the case that you just called.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I was trying to address the court, but again, in my inability to function properly with the mute button today, I was not able to acknowledge my presence on his behalf.
No worries, Mr. Hardwick. Good morning.
I have just been retained in this case, and I have been in consultation with Ms. Marshall Story, who just provided me, I think, a week ago with discovery. And in speaking with her on yesterday, we mutually agreed that we are making some progress toward resolving the case. And I'm respectfully requesting that be placed onto the next calendar. I think between now and then, we will be able to resolve this matter.
Very good. Mr. Hardwick, is it June 15th at 9 a.m. work for you?
That will work, Judge.
Okay, we'll reset it for June 15th.
Thank you. Thank you very much. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Antonio Smith.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. How are you today? Mr. Smith, do you have a private attorney or are you seeking the assistance of a public defender today?
No, I actually, when I came last time, I was supposed to have my lawyer, Jacoby Hudson. I don't know what he has going on right now, Your Honor, but I guess I'll just proceed with the case.
Judge, is it Jacoby Hudson? I can try to get him in the house.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Ms. Rockwell. How are you?
Morning, Judge. Good. So if you
okay.
tell me who the client is, tell Mr. Hudson. I'll try to get him to sign in.
I'm sorry, may I address the court, Your Honor?
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Smith.
I actually was supposed to pay him. I was supposed to pay him again, and I lost my job, Your Honor, so it was no way I could have paid him for his consultation. I couldn't pay for it.
Okay, so you have not hired him at the present time is what you're telling the court.
No, I actually still owe him money. No, sir, I haven't.
Okay.
Okay, Judge, I'll stand down.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rockwell.
I'll stand down.
Mr. Smith, you've been charged with simple battery family violence and battery family violence. Do you plan on seeking to hire an attorney for these charges today? You can request to speak to the solicitor regarding the resolution of the matter. You can request a bench trial, which will be held in the near future in front of me, or you can request a jury trial. In the case, will be transferred to the division judge, and you'll get a jury trial somewhere in the future.
Yes, sir. I would actually like to just speak to the solicitor to get this just resolved today, right now.
Okay, let me just inform you again, Mr. Smith, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you by the solicitor. Whose case is this?
That would be mine, Your Honor.
Would you mind just going ahead on and telling him what the state's recommendation for resolution of the case is?
Yes, the recommendation is 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for time served 2 days, a family violence intervention program, no further contact with the victim, Latasha Beebe, and no weapons, and the balance will be probated.
All right, so Mr. Smith, they're asking for jail time on these two charges. And I see your head shaking that it's something that you're not willing to accept. Would you like to have a bench trial or jury trial on this matter?
Yes, sir, I would. I would like a bench trial.
Okay, so like I said, if you request a bench trial, that's going to happen sometime in the very near future in front of me. That's what you're requesting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the dates for the next bench trial calendar will be May 25th at 11:30. All right.
Okay.
So what I'm going to need for you to do, Mr. Smith, is that if you plan on hiring an attorney, you need to go ahead and do that as soon as possible, because this isn't going to be on May 25th. You've been here a couple of times. You're going to have a bench trial regarding this matter, which means that if you are proceeding pro se, which means that you're representing yourself, you're going to have to present any witnesses that you have. You're going to have to present any evidence you have. You have the right to remain silent, but you also have the right to testify if that's something that you wish to do. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you'll be getting some paperwork from us, Mr. Smith, requesting a bench trial, and you will get notification of that date, okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And just so I make myself perfectly clear, Mr. Smith, May 25th, if you show up, we will be moving forward with the bench trial, okay?
Yes, sir. That's fine.
Okay, and if you don't show up, then a bench warrant will be issued for you. Okay, you understand that?
Judge,
Yes, sir.
Judge, good morning. It's Renee one more time. Since
Yes.
he's lost his job, could I just suggest that he try to swing back around and talk to probate, to the public defender's office, Judge, since he's lost his job? I was trying to get in touch with Mr. Hudson, but
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Ms. Rockwell. Mr. Smith, if you want to make application again with the public defender, then you're encouraged to do so. We can do that today if you like. If you want to hold on the line, someone will speak with you just to see if you qualify, okay?
Okay, sir.
Is that something that you'd be interested in?
Yes, I will fill out yes, sir, I will.
Okay, very good. So just hold on the line and we'll get someone to talk with you.
Your Honor, if I may interrupt briefly, Mr. Smith, if you look at the chat line, there's instructions as to what you need to do. So just follow those instructions. Ms. Bolton is the contact person you need to reach out to, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. I apologize for the interruption, Judge.
No problem. Mr. Haddad.
Judge, also, we asked for his, in the contact, we asked for his information in the chat.
Okay. And if you can, Mr. Smith, fill out the information that's in the chat and get it back to the court, we'd appreciate that also. Thank you.
Okay, do I, excuse me, Judge, one more question. Do I fill it out or does it send me to an email? Yeah, you said put it in the chat. Okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back with you, Mr. Smith. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's see. Ranchez Thompson.
Your Honor, this case is likewise similar to Mr. Jones. This is a trial division. We had requested a jury trial at some point. I don't recall the exact date, Judge, but that's where we are.
Okay. Did you get the case management order and request for jury trial, Mr. Haddad, in this case? If not, we're going to go ahead and send it to you.
Yeah, I did not. It's Derek Howard is the attorney from our office who's handling the case. I don't have the physical file, Judge. I don't know if that was done or we don't have it.
Okay, that's fine. I'll check on this end, and if it has not been done, I'm gonna get we'll get you that paperwork this morning, and we'll go ahead and transfer it. Thank you. Michaela Perkins.
Your Honor, Ms. Perkins is on Zoom. We are ready for a
Hey.
plea, Judge. We're ready for a plea. The paperwork has been submitted to the court.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Ms. Perkins.
Good morning.
We'll be back to take that plea.
Thank you, Judge.
Sarah Thomas.
Morning, Your Honor. Tony Jones here for it, and Ms. Thomas is here as well.
Oh, good morning. How are you today?
Yeah, I just want to announce I did speak at some length with Ms. Marshall story about this case. We're actually,
You can, if you need to move your mask down, you can, so.
yeah. I spoke to Ms. Marshall's story at some length about the case. We were trying to come to a resolution. This is a family dispute. Her husband and her husband's daughter are the alleged other parties. So because they are family and she has been married to her husband for some time, I was seeking for her to enter into a counseling course, but she's on Medicare and they don't actually accept Medicare at Odyssey. I'm still trying to seek another way other than just a pure probation. She has already completed some terms, anger management course, and so far there hasn't been any other, such in the interim things to occur in the home. So we're seeking some type of resolution. I just asked if we could get another reset. I am still looking for other counseling services that may offer accept some Medicare.
Okay, that's fine with me. Is the June 15th reset date enough time for you to look into those matters?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. We'll reset Ms. Thomas for June 15th at 9.
Okay.
Okay, all right, thank you.
May we be excused?
Yes, have a good day. We'll see you back in June.
Thank you.
Kareem Gant.
Your Honor, Mr. Gant, I believe is present, Your Honor. That is my case. At this point, we're gonna maintain a not guilty plea, Judge, and request a jury trial in this case, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning. I'm here.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Gant. Okay, let's see, we'll get you the paperwork this morning for the request for a jury trial and a case management order.
Thank you, Judge.
In the case will be transferred to the division judge.
And may Mr. Gant be excused, Judge?
Is he gonna need to sign?
He's gonna need to, we just need his email address.
Okay, if he'll put his email address in the chat for us.
Mr. Gant, if you can provide your email address in the chat line, can you?
Yes,
can
I
you
can
do that?
do that.
Okay.
Okay, and once you do that, then you're excused, Mr. Gant. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Janetta Henry. Janetta Henry.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Hi, this is your
Good
case.
morning,
Ms.
Judge. Renee Rockwell for Ms. Henry. Is, who, may I ask, is the prosecutor? I'd like to have a brief session with her if it's possible.
That would be me, Your Honor. Sarita
Okay.
DiPiera.
Okay.
All
Judge,
right.
can I stand down and just figure out a way if maybe we can communicate.
Yes, that's fine, Ms. Rockwell. Why don't we do this? If we wait till the end of the calendar, then I can put you into a breakout room.
Okay, no problem.
With the solicitor and give you
Thank
all
you,
the
Judge.
chat. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Vernon James. Vernon James.
Your Honor, I see a Mr. Vernon James, but he's on mute still.
Okay. Okay, I see you there, Mr. James. If you can hear me, I'm going to come back to you when you can figure out your audio. You're on mute. It looks like you're trying to figure that out. So I'll come back to you, sir. Devonta Wright. I have it. That's a null pros.
That is correct, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you.
Rodney Wright.
Your Honor, Mr. Wright is present. Yes, he is. Judge, we're
Yes,
gonna
good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Wright.
We're gonna maintain a not guilty plea on Rodney Wright, Judge. Request a jury trial. Mr. Wright, if you can provide your email address and the chat line for the clerk, if you're able to, unless you want me to.
Yes, I can provide it for sure.
Okay. Go ahead and do that, Mr. Wright. And once you do that, then you're dismissed. You can have a good day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Sean Ossick.
John, Mr. Ossick is present. We are ready for a plea. The paperwork has been submitted as well, Judge.
Okay, and I think I have that. Good morning, Mr. Ossick. We'll be back with you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Andrew Gober, I have that. That's a null pros.
That is correct, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Mr. James, were you able to, you're not able to work that out? Okay, so you keep working on that and just let me know when you're able to, join us. All right, moving on to the final plea Orca C calendar. Position 1, Lavita Malcolm.
Your Honor, she's present. She's on mute.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Ms. Malcolm, I understand this is going to be a plea today. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, all right. And are you representing Ms. Malcolm?
No, sir.
And do we have the plea paperwork for that? Is that here? Okay. All right. We'll be back with you, Ms. Malcolm. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Position 2, Larry Chestnut. I have that down as a null pros.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Riley.
You're welcome.
And position 3, Anthony Lymon.
I did not see an attorney listed for Mr. Lymon, Your Honor. So I'm assuming he's pro se. But if he is not present, I know that he has been to court previously because this was a reset for a plea.
Right.
So we would ask for a bench warrant.
All right. Given that Mr. Lymon has been here before, I have down as a reset for a plea. I'm going to reset him one additional time to June 15th to see if he shows up or if there's a reason that he's not here today. I'll give him one additional opportunity. Okay, so let's see. Why don't we go ahead and put yes, Ms. Rockwell and Ms. Gathea, position number 9, Janetta Henry, into a breakout room.
Judge, do
Hello?
you mind, and Madam Prosecutor, do you mind if we put the client in also?
No, no objections.
Okay, so
Thank you so much.
Jonetta Henry, Ms. Rockwell, and Ms. Githia.
Can you hear me?
Yes, is this Mr. James?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, Mr. James. Let's see, let me find you on the calendar again.
Position 10 under Jonetta Henry.
Okay. Mr. James, I know that you've been here before. Do you know why you were reset the last time?
No. Well, I think the lady was supposed to send me an email from the public defender.
Okay. Do you have an attorney, Mr. James?
No, sir.
Have you made application prior of the public defender?
No, I just want to represent myself.
Okay. And is this Ms. Riley?
This is Ms. Givia's calendar, Your Honor, so I don't
Okay.
have the information. Yes.
All right, that's fine. So what we'll do is just hold on, Mr. James. As soon as the solicitor is available to speak with you, I'll let you speak with her, okay?
Okay.
All right. Ms. Riley, remind me, do you have any pleas that we can take?
Yes, I have Ms. Malcolm.
Okay.
I also have 2, Judge, as well.
Okay, and are your pleas, Mr. Dodd, are those with Ms. Riley or those are Ms.?
Those
Right.
are Ms. Givia, yes.
Okay, so we're gonna have to wait for Ms. Githia to come out of, so if you'll just hold, if you wouldn't mind, Mr. Dodd, if there are people that are seeking your assistance this morning, would you mind getting with them?
Yes, Judge, we're sending instructions. We're waiting to receive the applications on 2 individuals, and Mr. Lovett can assist me as well, Judge. Thank you.
That's right, Your Honor. In fact, while we're waiting, can I get put in a breakout room with Mr. Smith? I anticipate he will qualify if he's not working, and that way we can start the ball rolling.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I do have position 20, the Nikisha Rowe, who is in the courtroom, that I believe is Mr. Haddad's. I know she's making application, but I don't know if you wanted to go ahead and speak with her. I can speak with you about Ms. Rowe.
That's fine. If you can, whenever you're done with the plea, I'll need to get the contact information from Ms. Rose so I can call her.
Okay.
All right. Would you like to get that contact information now, Mr. Haddad?
That'd be wonderful, Judge, if we can get a phone number. So I can.
Ms. Rowe, do you have a phone with you? All right. Would you mind providing us with that? Oh, we have it. Thank you, ma'am. We will put it in the chat to you, Mr. Haddad. Can we get that in the chat to Mr. Haddad?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so. All right, good morning again, Ms. Malcolm. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Malcolm, you've been charged in accusation number 20 COV 000051 with battery. It's my understanding that you've spoken with the solicitor and you'd like to plead guilty to that charge today. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would expect the evidence to show that on April 7th of 2020, Ms. Malcolm was in Fulton County and was in a dispute with Deshauna Morrow, to which they were fighting over property and an ex-boyfriend. The state's recommendation is to plead guilty to 1 count of battery, which would be 12 months probation, 60 hours of community service, Ms. Malcolm is to pay restitution in the amount of $35 for the urgent care visit copay that is to be paid while she's on probation to Deshauna Morrow. And she is to continue with the medical treatment that she is receiving. She has shown proof of that, but she also needs to show proof to her probation officer of continued medical treatment. And there is no early termination of this probation.
So you'd like for her to serve 12 months on supervised probation, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I can go to non-reporting once the conditions are complete,
Okay.
but just want to make sure that there's no further contact with Ms. Morrow.
Ms. Malcolm, is that your understanding of the agreement that you've made with the solicitor's office regarding resolution of this matter?
Yes.
Okay.
I just have two questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
Would that after the 12 months probation, will it remain on my record?
It's my understanding, given that you're pleading guilty to battery, Ms. Malcolm, that this is a charge that's going to be on your record.
Okay.
What is your second question?
Basically, scratch the second question.
Okay. And you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Again, Ms. Malcolm, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
And we've gone over the negotiated plea with the solicitor. Is that your understanding of the negotiated plea?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that if you are currently on probation, that your probation may be revoked because of your guilty plea in this case?
Yes, sir.
You're giving your plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Malcolm. I am going to wait.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I apologize. The state, I know it's already negotiated, but the state would have no objection to Ms. Malcolm entering a NOLO plea to the same conditions.
Okay, that's so Ms. Riley, you're allowed to use a NOLO plea once every 5 years. If you have not used it on this type of offense in the past, and I don't believe that you have, then you have the right to enter into a NOLO plea as opposed to entering into a guilty plea. I can't tell you what the difference is regarding the NOLO and the guilty plea. NOLO has certain benefits for you. If you would like to enter your plea as a NOLO plea, I'm happy to accept a NOLO plea.
Yes, sir, I would.
Okay. All right. Given that the plea and verdict states a guilty plea on here, I have one that is already signed by Ms. Malcolm. Can we get the paperwork to her to switch this to a NOLO plea as opposed to a guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor. However, if it is okay with Your Honor, I have no objection to just a written amendment of NOLO, because it's usually on the paperwork, it has guilty / NOLO. So I have no objection, with my initial or with you signing my initials or signing for me to making that change. But if it's, easier and more efficient to just redo the paperwork, I can certainly send that to her as well.
Okay. I've made the changes to a no-low. It does not, no-low is not an option on the paperwork, so I've made the change with express permission, and that's with your express permission also, Ms. Malcolm. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. I will accept your no-low plea, and as negotiated, again, I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation. Once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, so that you won't have to physically go and report. Anything further, Ms. Malcolm, Ms. Riley?
No, sir.
Nothing further from the state. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And so we do not have probation on the line this morning. We'll get you the information, Ms. Malcolm, as to how you will need to get in touch with probation. And we ask that you get in touch with them as soon as you get the information. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any additional questions for me this morning?
No, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. You have a good day, ma'am.
You do the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm free to go, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, hold on, Ms. Malcolm, hold on one moment. I'm being told for you to check the chat for us, okay?
Okay.
Is that the probation information? Yeah, that's the probation information's in the chat, Ms. Malcolm.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, you also have a good day, ma'am.
You do the same, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, just a quick update, if the court
Okay.
wishes to hear an update on position number 20, Ms. Dro, the lady who's in the courtroom, she's actually waiting outside. I did speak to her. She does qualify. I can call Ms. Riley and talk to her over the phone, or we can do it by chat line, whatever is best for Ms. Riley, Judge. But so I don't know, but I will be representing Ms. Rowe, and whenever Ms. Gathea is ready, I'm ready for those two, please, Your Honor.
Okay, it looks like she is still not with us. Why don't we put you in a breakout room with Ms. Riley so that you can discuss.
That'd be fine, Judge, whatever is best for the court.
All right, so why don't we go ahead and do that? Put Ms. Riley and Mr. Haddad into a breakout room. And since both solicitors are, will be in breakout rooms, we'll be in recess until one of them is available.
And Your Honor, Mr. Wright, Devontae Wright appeared, Judge. I sent him a chat letting him know that his case was dismissed. It's position number 11 on the Orca B status conference. I just want to let the court know.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank y'all.
You have a good day, Mr. Wright.
All right.
Okay.
I get out of it. It's not. Shoot. Heck yeah, man. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wright. All right, we'll be in recess until one of the solicitors joins us. Yes. Is there an announcement, Ms. Rockwell?
Yes, Judge. First of all, thank you for providing the entire platform, the Zoom for us to show up and the breakout room. We have been in a discussion. We would like a very short reset, 2 weeks. The bottom line is the state might be having some trouble contacting the victim. This is a mother-son situation. We've proposed that I get her an evaluation, an anger management eval, not a treatment, just an evaluation. I'm going to try to find the victim, see if what his position is, and if we could revisit this just at our next. Does the court have something in 2 weeks?
We'd have to make it an add-on to what we already have. Do we have anything in the next 2 weeks on a Wednesday?
And if the client is out of town, Judge, because she's out from the 10th to the 15th of May, I would ask that she be excused, because we either resolve it and dump it with our proposal, or I'll just put it on for a jury. If we could just make that note.
Ms. Rockwell, why don't we do this? I already have this June 15th date that I'm giving everyone. Can we set you down for June 15th also at 9 o'clock?
It's just so far out, Judge.
Right.
Everybody's on the years old, and we might have a very brief announcement,
Okay, all right.
Once we submit this to Madam Prosecutor.
Okay, what about May 11th? Is that May 11th, Ms. Rockwell? You're on mute.
Sorry, Judge. What date are we looking at?
May 11th.
Okay, Judge, would it be okay if, and will this be by Zoom, number one, and would it be okay if she's out of town? Could we excuse her? I know I'm on a jury trial also that day, but it's going to be a very brief. 9 a.m. is our time, right?
Is it not? Yes, 9 o'clock on May 11th.
Okay, thank you so much, Judge. May we be excused?
Okay. Yes, have a good day. We'll see you back on the 11th. All right. Let's see. Can we go ahead and take some pleas?
I'm ready, Judge.
Okay.
And I have 2.
Which one would you like to take first?
Your Honor, it doesn't matter. I guess we can go down the line. The first position number 6, Michaela Perkins. This is on the Orca B status conference. Ms. Perkins, she is on.
Okay.
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, Ms. Perkins.
All right.
You need to unmute yourself. I think we're ready to handle your plea.
Can you activate your camera, Ms. Perkins?
And Ms. Sofsek, you're going to be next, sir.
Okay. And I take it that you're not driving, Ms. Perkins, are you?
No, I'm parked.
Okay, very good. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Ms. Gutierrez?
Yes, Your Honor. The sentence recommendation is for the battery. It'll be 12 months probation, anger management, 20 hours of community service, no further contact with Jonathan Johnson and Alicia Johnson. And the state has no objection to a non-reporting after the conditions have been met. The probation should not be terminated prior to 1 year. And the remaining charges will be null pros.
Your Honor, we stipulate as far as the factual basis, but again, different judges do it differently, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me make sure that I have this correct. The plea is to battery, the non-process are to criminal trespass and damage to property, and 2 counts of simple battery. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
Okay, and as far as the negotiated plea, you're in agreement with that, Mr. Dodd?
Yes, Judge, I've spoken to Ms. Marshall Story at length. I've also spoken to Ms. Perkins. I went over the plea sheet and all the paperwork with her. So we are in agreement, Judge. I would just ask the court to follow the recommendation of the state.
Okay. Ms. Perkins, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept the plea as negotiated. Ms. Perkins, I'm going to waive the probation fees while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good.
All right. Does it say, with like reporting, is that like in person or like calling or?
I believe that they are still doing probation over the phone at the present time, but we'll give you the contact information which is in the chat at the present time. You'll go there, and once you speak with them, they will let you know how you'll need to report. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions, Ms. Perkins?
No, that's all.
Okay. Anything further for Ms. Perkins?
No, Your Honor, not on behalf of the defense, Judge.
Okay, so make sure, Ms. Perkins, that you get that contact information for the probation department from the chat before you go, okay?
Okay.
All right, have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. All right, so we have
position number 13 on the Orca B status conference, Sean Ossock.
Okay.
And likewise, we stipulate as far as a factual basis. Where's that case, Judge?
All right. Good morning again, Mr. Ossock. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hands out. Thank you, sir. Ms. Gutierrez?
Yes, Your Honor. The negotiated plea is for DUI drugs that has been amended to a reckless. It is going to be 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served. The balance is probated, a $700 fine, 40 hours of community service, alcohol, drug evaluation and treatment, a DUI risk reduction, 1 victim impact panel, and the remaining charges are to be null prossed. Upon a proof of inpatient rehabilitation facility, the probation and the random drug and alcohol, the state.
Ms. Gathia, it's a little bit confusing, but I can explain whenever you want me to.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Okay, so with a $700 fine, the 40 hours of community service, the alcohol, drug, and evaluation and treatment, the DUI risk reduction, the victim impact panel, null pros the remaining charges, and the state does not consent to non-reporting or early release from probation.
All right, let me make sure that I have the paperwork right. I have on, let's see, the plea form, A, driving improper erratic lane change, that's going to be null prossed. B, DUI drugs less safe, that's going to be reduced to reckless. And C, possession and use of drug-related objects, that's going to be null prossed. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
Correct, Your Honor.
So let me see, the paperwork that we have, Ms. Johnson? No, I have it here, but it does not indicate that the DUI less safe is being reduced to a reckless.
And Your Honor, the plea and verdict form that the court has, when Ms. Marshall Story sent it to me, she sent me the same as by mistake on another case. So I changed the charge to reckless driving. This is just on the plea and verdict form. I myself typed in the reckless driving up there, Judge. But the intent was that the DUI was going to be reduced to reckless. And I apologize if I did not correct any other forms that I should have corrected.
No, I believe that this is a form that the court has generated that I want to make sure is correct. And I do have on the plea and verdict form that you did submit, I believe, Mr. Haddad, that it is a guilty to a reckless driving charge.
Yes, Judge. And if I may be heard, Judge, briefly at some point.
Of course. Go ahead, Mr. Haddad.
Your Honor, this is a negotiated plea. Appreciate the state reduces reckless driving. Just briefly about my client, Your Honor. Right when this happened, Judge, he was going through a difficult issues. To his credit, Your Honor, he checked himself in an inpatient program, which he is right now. I provided proof to Ms. Marshall's Story yesterday or the day before, which is the reason why Ms. Gathia was a little bit confusing, but the inpatient treatment takes care of the drug and alcohol evaluation aspect. Nonetheless, he can provide that to probation, of course, but I'm sure it will be satisfactory probation. My only couple requests, Judge, I know it's negotiable plea, but if the court would be willing to waive any probation fees, and I don't know if the court can impose the minimum fine. I know why the state asks, and I'm not challenging that, only because Mr. Osek is in a program until end of June. Is that correct, Mr. Osek? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sir. I was admitted early December, and it's a 6-month program. So the earliest I could get out is June 8th.
So he's obviously of limited income for now. But other than that, Judge, I would ask that the court accept the negotiated plea. I mean, I don't have a lot of clients that do what to better themselves, and I really think that what Mr. Osek did is commendable, Judge. He knew he had an issue and he wanted to address it, and he has, and he's been doing really well in that program, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's address the, I think the only change that you are requesting, Mr. Haddad, is that the court, excuse me, do something regarding the $700 fine.
Yes, Judge. I would just ask for the mandatory, again, that's my request, Judge. Yes, ultimately.
Okay, and what are you requesting?
It's the mandatory statutorily, I think, is a $300 fine. Well, technically on a reckless, there isn't, I don't think, but I would just treat it as a first-time DUI as a $300 mandatory fine. I would respect for a request, but if the court is not inclined, then, is not inclined. We don't have a problem. We want to negotiate. We want to resolve this case today. And the fine is not going to be the major issue here, but I'm trying to.
Well, I wouldn't mind helping him out if he'd rather do more community service as opposed to paying a fine. I'm happy to let him do.
Mr. Osek, is that acceptable to you?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Okay, so instead of a $700 fine, it'll be 70 more hours of community service, which will push it up to a total of 110 hours of community service.
That'd be great, Judge. Thank you.
Is that fine with you, Ms. Githia?
And what was the fine?
The initial fine that you all have down is a $700 fine. I'm inclined to, as opposed to having a $700 fine, have 70 hours of community service in lieu additional, in addition to their 40 hours, so to make it 110 hours of community service.
Okay, and so there would be no fine? I just want to make sure I'm understanding. The fine is going to be
Right,
the 300?
The fine will be converted to community service.
Oh, all, okay.
Is that?
No,
is that
no
fine?
objections, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So instead of a $700 fine, it's going to be 70 more hours of community service, which will push it to 110 hours of community service. Okay. Let's see, Mr. Haddad, we have down on the paperwork, the $700 fine. Would it be all right with you if I change this to 70 hours, additional hours of community service?
Yes, Judge. Thank you. You have obviously my express permission, Judge.
Okay, anything further before I take the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Ossick, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to reckless driving. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept the plea as negotiated. I am going to waive your probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you've completed the terms of the probation, it will go to a non-reporting status. Okay, any questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, anything further for Mr. Ossick this morning?
No, Your Honor. I guess we can provide the probation information chat line for him.
Yes, it's already in the chat. So Mr. Ossick, if you'll go to the chat, it will let you know how to get in touch with probation, okay?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. Any additional questions, Mr. Ossick?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, you have a good day, sir.
Thank you,
You,
Your Honor.
sir.
And Judge, if I may get on the phone and follow up with the lady who's at the courthouse. I think of her name right now.
I believe that's Miss Rowe.
Right, Ms. Rowe. I'm going to give her a call, Judge. I spoke to the prosecutor. I'll be right back to report.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Levitt, any announcements?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. I
morning,
spoke
again.
with Mr. Smith. He does qualify for our office. So you can note that we'll be entering an entry of appearance on his behalf. I've spoken with him about his case. Obviously, I've not yet got discovery or anything like that, but by the nature of those charges, I don't think we're going to be able to resolve that today. I'd ask that this be placed down for, I know he had earlier asked for a bench trial after speaking with him. If we could please put this down for a jury trial, Your Honor, if it's not possible to continue it for one more status now that he has representation.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Levitt. Tell me the name again.
This is on Mr. Smith. Let me look what position he was.
Position number 4.
I believe that's correct. Yes, sir.
All right, so would you prefer to have it placed on another status conference calendar to give you?
I would, Your Honor. We may be able to work something out with the prosecutor, but without discovery and knowing more about the case on a case like this, which is a little more complicated, I don't think we can plead today.
Okay, no, I understand. So why don't we set you down for June 15th at 9 a.m. Would that work?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much. I didn't know if you were granting
I'd rather you try to work it out and I handle it than to return it to a division judge. So if we can handle it here, I'm going to do everything I can to do that. Okay.
As will I, Your Honor. Thank you very much for that. May he be excused at this point?
Yes, Mr. Smith, you have a good day.
So what's the first name, Your Honor?
Antonio.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. Smith.
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Let's see. Let me go. Mr. James. Vernon James. Mr. James, are you with me?
Yes, I am, but I was driving.
Okay, I'll need for you to pull over for me, Mr. James.
Okay.
Mr. Haddad?
Your Honor, if I may, is Ms. Riley, Ms. Riley, can you, I don't know if the court, I'm going to physically go over to the courthouse, Judge. Might be easier just to fill out the forms with her as opposed to by email. So it'll take me about 5 minutes to get there, 7 minutes. So
Okay.
I walk briskly, Judge. I just want to let the court know Ms. Riley, the recommendation, the concern for my client is the cost of anger management because she's on disability. I don't know if we can waive that and do something with community service because she's very limited apparently, but and I don't know, maybe we need to break out room, Ms. Riley. But my point is, I think she's willing to work this case out. I think that what's hindering her is the community service and the cost because she says that she's disabled, but I don't have proof or anything like that. But that's her word. So.
Yes, Mr. Haddad, if you wanted to speak about it further, I mean, I know now with, now that we've had this pandemic, there are opportunities to do remote community service or things that can be done in the home, like making phone calls, what have you, as well as anger management being online. But we can talk about the cost regarding anger management.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we may be close, Judge. Does the court have the forms, the plea forms, or do I need to get them from Ms. Riley?
I can email them to Ms. Bolton, but we need to, I guess, know what terms, if any, we're changing.
Okay, so why don't you come on down, Mr. Dodd, and we'll figure it out once you get here.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I'm trying, since she's physically there, Judge.
Right.
I'd rather not
fine.
reset it. Might as well try and deal with it now.
I'm fine. We're here, so if we can get it resolved, that'd be the court's preference.
All right, thank you, Judge. I'm on the way.
I'll see you in a little while. And Mr. James.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I do remember that you were here before. I'm being told by staff that you were here because the last time you were here, you requested the opportunity to retain an attorney. It's my understanding that you have not done that as of yet. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Mr. James, you've been charged in case 21 CR 002230A with simple battery family violence. Today, you have the option of moving forward without an attorney. I'm happy to let you speak with the solicitor to give you a recommendation of how you can resolve the case today. If you want to have a bench trial regarding this matter, then that will be in front of me sometime in the very near future. If you want to have a jury trial, your case will be returned to the division judge and they will set you down for a jury trial depending on what their schedule is. So what would you like to do today, Mr. James?
Well, I'll talk to the solicitor just to see what they're talking about.
Okay, whose case is this?
This is mine, Your Honor, Sarita Githiel.
Ms. Githia, would you inform Mr. James of the state's recommendation for resolution?
Yes, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation, family violence intervention program, and no violent contact with the victim, Lakeisha Phillip. And the balance would be probated.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. James, would you like to have a bench trial or a jury trial?
Which one? Bench trial or jury trial?
Bench trial would be in front of me and you'd be in my courtroom here. A jury trial would be in front of your peers and in front of another judge.
All right, I'll be in front of you.
Say it again.
I said I'll be in front of you.
Okay,
sir.
so you'd like a bench trial?
Yeah.
Okay. So that bench trial, Mr. James, is going to be on May 25th at 11:30. Okay. If you're going to retain an attorney, you're going to need to do so well prior to that, before that date. The case is not going to be continued another time. You've been here a couple of times now, so you'll need to be ready to move forward with your bench trial. If you are pro se, meaning that you don't have an attorney, you'll have to represent yourself and you'll have to present any evidence or any witnesses that you have regarding this matter to the court, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. I'll need for you to, can you give me your email address?
It's Total Construction Services.
TOTALCONSTRUCTIONSERVES.
Yeah, services.
CES. Total Construction Services
at hotmail.com.
At hotmail.com. Did you all get that? Okay. Any other questions, Mr. James?
I think that's it.
All right. So we'll see you back on May 25th at 11:30. Okay. And you're going to have to, you are not going to be able to be on Zoom, Mr. James. You're going to have to come down here to the courthouse. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we will see you on May 25th, 11:30.
Okay.
All right. You have a good day, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So I think that we've taken care of everyone that's on Zoom. Is that right?
No.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Victoria Jinks.
Spell the last name for me.
JINKS.
Ms. Jinks, did you hear your name on the calendar this morning?
Oh, I did not.
Have you been here since the call of the calendar?
Yeah, I've been here the whole call.
Okay.
She's on the 11:30.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, they told me 9 o'clock on the email that I got.
Okay, Ms. Jinks, you're here now. I do have you on the 11:30 calendar. Do you have an attorney representing you, Ms. Jinks, or would you like to apply for a public defender today? You can charge with theft by shoplifting.
I will apply for an attorney.
Okay. Mr. Lovett?
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you mind speaking with Ms. Jinks?
Not at all. If we could get put in a breakout room, that'd be wonderful.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Jinks, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Lovett, who is a public defender, and he will assist you with making an application, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. So just hold tight for us and you'll go into a breakout room. Anyone else on the line that did not hear their name or who I have not dealt with? Okay. If not, we will be in recess until Mr. Dodd has an update with his client.
Ms. Ryler, are you handling Victoria Jinks' case?
No, Your Honor, I'm sorry, no.
So you can call me Your Honor all day long. It's all right.
Yes, I'm being prophetic. I believe that is Ms. Gavia.
Okay. I think she's in a breakout room, isn't she?
I'm here. They look like that's number 5, position number 5.
Oh, there you are. I thought you were, good
Is it?
morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's position number 5.
That is me. Yes, I apologize.
I don't know anything about it, but it looks like I'll be representing Ms. Jinks.
Okay. Would you like to go into a breakout room for that?
Sure, we can do that. We can do that,
Okay.
yeah. I wish we could, oh, there we go. Thank you, whoever's organizing that for us today.
I think that's Miss James. Thank you, Miss James.
Hi, Judge. I'm Joanne Haddad. I'm here for Ms. Rowe. As I stated earlier, she does qualify for our services, Judge. The challenge, frankly, is I think she wants to resolve the case today. The challenge for her, the online management, anger management, she doesn't have a problem. The issue is she doesn't have a computer, so it's going to be a challenge as far as doing that. The community service, she had an accident in November 2020 where she broke her neck. So if there's community service involved, it's going to be something that's literally, as Ms. Riley suggested, pick up the phone. I'm at a quandary here because I don't have enough information. She's present here, would like to resolve it, but I got all these challenges and it's difficult with Ms. Riley being online and my client is of limited means. So I'm open for suggestions, Judge. I don't mean to include the court in this, but Ms. Riley and
Mr. Haddad, I did send the plea paperwork to Ms. Bolton and CC'd you. I did reduce the anger management to 2 classes, which, she can gain access or on her phone. There, I believe, are programs that she could do both classes in one, sitting, and that would take care of that. And as for the community service, there are opportunities to do community service from home, such as making phone calls. I believe she can speak with probation about that. But the only other alternative would be to give her a fine, which is also, prohibitive for her.
All right. Well, thank you, Ms. Riley. Judge, if I may step outside, I'll speak to Ms. Rowe and.
Okay, just let us know when you're ready.
Thank you.
Is there an announcement on Ms. Jinks?
Your Honor, I appreciate that. I've spoken with Ms. Jinks. She does seem to qualify for public defender, so I'll be entering an entry of appearance on her behalf. I have spoken with Madam Prosecutor as well, and she's conveyed an offer. I've not yet had a chance to relay the offer to Ms. Jinks, though. If we could maybe be placed in a breakout room, I've been trying to call her on her phone.
Okay, we can put you in a breakout room since she's here. So let's put Mr. Levitt and Ms. Jinks into a breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And we'll be in recess until Mr. Haddad comes back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Riley?
Ms. Riley, we are ready for a plea. I did want to, if you can give the spelling of the victim, so they can write it in the paperwork.
If you give me just a moment, I was having problems connecting. So let me see if I can get that information for you.
I know that information was on Odyssey, Judge. Obviously, I'm here. I don't have access to that.
You're fine.
The victim's name.
And yes, it is an Odyssey. However, our VPN, I am having problems connecting.
Let me see if I can get it.
One moment, Your Honor.
It's on this
Yes,
side.
I have the spelling.
Okay, great.
And Quita James.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, ma'am. Let me ask you, would the court wish for me to swear my client in, or does the court?
I'll do it. Good morning, Mr. Rao again. If you can raise your right hand for me, do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, thank you. You can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would expect the evidence to show that on May 2nd of 2020, at a convenience store in Fulton County, Ms. Rowe did approach the victim and punch her and tried to take her $40 lottery ticket. We believe that also there was a prior altercation that preceded this as to why they were in contact, but they do not know each other. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation, 40 hours of community service, complete 2 anger management classes, have no contact with the victim, and the state is not objecting to probation terminating upon completion of those conditions.
Okay.
Honor, as on behalf of Ms. Rowe, Judge, the parties are strangers, so there's no reason they're not going to run into each other again. The incident was captured on surveillance of the convenience store. There was clearly an altercation. My client wishes to resolve the case. My only request, Judge, if the court can waive the probation fees, and as far as community service, perhaps, and I don't know if it's a probation issue, but not to have it a labor or work and due to her medical condition. But that's the only request I have for the court.
Okay. Would you mind on the plea sheet, it just says 40 hours.
Oh,
since you're here, I'll let you fill that.
I apologize.
Okay, it's all right.
May I approach them?
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Ms. Rose, my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this
sir.
morning? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Ms.
sir.
Rowe. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And as soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it's going to terminate, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mitch. And may Ms. Rowe be excused?
Yes. Good day. Does she have we had it?
I'll have it. I'll take care of it, Judge.
All right, very good.
I'll email it to probation as soon as I get back to the office.
Unless you want me to do it now.
And make sure you let her.
Mr. Lovett, do you have any announcement on Ms. Jinx?
Okay.
I do, Your Honor. I appreciate that. I've spoken with Ms. Jinx. The state has offered offered diversion on this matter. Ms. Jinx would like to avail herself of that. I know that she's on the 11:30 calendar, technically speaking. But if we could handle that this morning, that would be wonderful.
Okay, so, and does she have the information regarding diversion?
Your Honor, how the process works is I will give her information, the case number and name to the diversion coordinator. And they then send it out to the batch 21 or operation 21 program. And from there, they get in contact with Ms. Jinx.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ms. Riley. Anything further on Ms. Jinx this morning?
But actually, Your Honor, I will take her email address to give to them. That may help speed up the process.
Okay. Ms. Jinx, can you put your email address in the chat?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I'll be entering an entry of appearance and tracking that case as it proceeds.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Levitt. And that was on the 11:30 calendar. I believe
it's number 5 on that calendar, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, that's fine. And I believe that takes care of, that we've taken care of everyone that was on the 9 o'clock calendar. So as soon as you all are ready, we can go over those calendars.
You can have a seat.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ms. Giviea.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
You ready? Is the court going over the 11:30 or?
No, we're just gonna go over the 9 o'clock calendars. We just had the one on the 11:30 that showed up early.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the final plea Orca C calendar. Is that okay, Your Honor?
Yes, that's fine.
So position 1 was a plea. Position 2, no pros. Position 3, reset for June 15th. Orca C, show cause. Position 1, dead docket. Position 2, no pros. Position 3, dead docket. Position 4, no pros. Position 5, dead docket. Position 6, dead docket. Position 7, no pros. Position 8, dead docket. Position 9, dead docket. Position 10, dead docket. Position 11, reset June 15th, 9 a.m. Position 12, June 15th, reset at 9 a.m. Position 13, no pros. Position 14, dead docket. Position 15, no pros. Position 16, no pros. Position 17, dead docket. Position 18, dead docket. Position 19, no pros. Position 20, Plead. Position 21, dead docket. Position 22, bench warrant. Position 23, no pros. Position 24, dead docket. Position 25 is a bench warrant. Position 26 is a no pros, and position 27 is a dead docket.
Position 1 was Martha Newton, that was reset to June 15th. Michael Jennings Davis was reset to 6/15. Seth Jones, already a jury charge. Antonio Smith was set to June 15th, 9 a.m. Joshua Thompson, jury trial. Michaela Perkins was a plea. Sarah Thomas was present, reset to June 15th. Kareem Gant, jury trial. Janetta Hearing, reset to May 11th. Vernon James was bench trial, 5/25 at 11:30 a.m. Andre Wright was non-cross. Rodney Wright, jury trial. John Ossick was a plea. Andrew Gober was a non-cross.
Okay, any questions, concerns?
No.
Okay, not, I will see you all back at 11:30.
Thank you. See you at 11:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.